Welcome back, L127 here. So, last time in our RAFT playthrough, I got the receiver set up and extended a bit of the collection nets. I reinforced every single collection net just to make sure that the shark doesn't attack these precious nets, as those are way more expensive than the foundations, so I definitely want to protect those at all costs. Anyway, so the first, for the very first story island that we managed to progress through in the last part, that we got to the radio tower, and then we got this new node, which is our next destination. It's still quite a bit away before I actually get to this new destination. So first I need to eat some things because I'm getting hungry and thirsty. That being one part of it. The second part is going to be... The second thing I want to do is to actually finish the whole branch of the two branch of the collection nets. To finish the line of collection nets. So currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 8 on each line now. But we still need 5 on the sides and then 2 on the road in the direct fronts. I know we are mostly good, but it's still going to be quite a bit of the men on the... There's still going to be quite a bit of net rope requirement for that, but I can now get a little bit more going. So first is we're going to extend the net further, and then I should then be able to open the core package. Let me open this decor package. A quill. Alright then. A quill. Anyway, so let's make some works. And then we are going to make some simple connection nets. Definitely fortify them if possible, because if I don't fortify them, then I am at risk of losing those. So definitely reinforce those. So we are heading towards our next destination, and this next destination will give us the key tag for this next, for the very important key tag. It's going to allow us to actually I don't even have plates. That's bad. Out. So how far is still away from this? About 1,000. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. So there's a few things I need to do before heading toward this next destination. Because the next destination is relatively dark. It's even darker than nighttime here. That you have see here, it's nighttime. Yes, it's very obviously it's nighttime. It's even darker than that. So we will need to do some preparation before I head out to do the things in this next location. So first I'm going to smelt some copper, and then we are going to make a battery. So you see here is the recycler that we can research the recycler, and then we can make the recycling. So you might wonder in the previous part, we get to research. We get the ability to research headlights, but we actually cannot research headlight now. That's because it needs battery as a well, strictly the simple, because there is a better version of battery in a relatively late game. But we need a simple battery to make this thing. And yeah. We are slowly but surely getting more and more decoration packages as we slowly but surely collecting the resources. That's nice, for sure. But to maximize our coverage on these to maximize the utility on these things, on this collection nets, on the single line of collection nets, I will have to do a very I will have to get this get to one of the important technology that is available. So we will have to do some we'll have to research this battery. I may as well just replace this battery to use a lower charge load, and then we get access to unlock the headlight. I normally don't use headlights. For the viewers' convenience sake, I decide to go with one because it's easier to see than just not be able to see for sure. So we can make a simple battery. We also need rope. So anyway, so now we have the headlight. It's an equipment, so we can equip this in the slots. But I'm not going to do that right now, because if I do that right now, it's going to drain its durability relatively fast. I will use the thing when I get to this next destination. Not now, because I don't want to drain this durability on this relatively bright place. It's really bright, because we also have a metal lantern that allows us to see a little bit clearer here. I would like to cook some of these beets. Slowly but surely the collection is set up. That's being set up. And there's the shop. Yeah, listen. I'm not really sure if one is enough. I still cannot see it. We're almost at 580s. So should be a little bit closer, ever closer to our next destination. then we're going to go in this next story location and get the next story location exploded, so we can actually get the key tag I want for this raft. That is definitely going to need that. Still not visible right now. That's not nice because to be sure when it is ever close to that. Again, we are going to keep collecting these leaves because leaves are very important. Without leaves, we cannot extend our nets. And I'm going to eat up this last shot. It should be in range soon. It should be in visible range soon. And it appears that it's now spawned because there is a lag happened, so it's very clear that the location spawned. It's about 300 now, so it should be spawning for sure. Still not really clear. So I will have to clean up the inventory before I move on. So first is, I'm actually not going to use the bow. And I definitely don't need a torch for this. I will need a weapon for this. I will bring a weapon for this. I may want to go with the second headlights. Not sure. Let's go. I think 10 minutes. Let's just make it long. We're actually going to try to make another if possible. Because why not? Now it's a little bit clearer that you can slightly see that is well, it's something. It's still not really clear, but it's something there. Definitely not a normal island for sure. We're ever getting closer. But I feel like I should change the direction a bit. And so I made a second headlight just in case. And I'm also going to cook a little bit more. This next location is getting closer and closer. I may want to smell some goo. Smells for some goo. And I want to research bottle, so let's research bottle. So the bottle can be researched, and you have to research it as a form of an empty bottle. Then you can get access to binoculars and an oxygen bottle, which is a part of the diving set that can be useful when doing some underground mining, especially in Marsh Islands. So very nice. Now we are getting closer to our destination. I should make an anchor. And I think this is going to be the last time I make this temporary one-time use throwable anchor this time. Because I am about to do some ship designing, or like the RAFT design, which is going to be a bit while, and then I will be using the stationary anchor. So let's first do our basic anchor, and then we're going towards this direction. Having trouble with this annoying current direction that is not really perpendicular to the line, the collection net line. Well, the technology I am about to get in this next story location is going to be changing that. It's going to be very useful for this next story location. So let's throw our anchor, and then we can start the mission, or like the story location. So this is Fasagaton. It's well, technically a shipwreck. Or like a cruise ship that collided on a series of rocks. So here is where you are supposed to begin the story location. Already that you can already see that this place is getting really dark. So I would like to use the headlight of this for the fuse convenience. So we can get some of this pieces here, and there is the switch which you can turn this one light on, and here is a note.
I heard from the captain we're heading for one of the high-rises down south. I can only hope you come to your senses and follow us. You knew the city was a failure, Ruben. Why do you always have to be so stubborn?
So we just got a crowbar that we also got the recorder, which is presumably used to read some of the notes, which are in the shape of cassette tapes. And here you can already hear some strange noises behind this door. So in this story island, there's going to be enemies. Well, in every story location, from now on, there's going to be enemies. So So this is a lurker, so it will do this pounce attack, and it can also do some. It can also do you can also do this melee attack, and then you just basically stay back from this pounce attack, and then fight back with the spear. It will respond in a short while, so I better get some stuff collected before heading for the next few rooms on this floor. So here's it needs the bolt cutter. It's not in this room, so I will have to move on. Let me pick up some stuff. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And here is the stairs, supposed to be the stair, but it requires the blue key, which we don't have. First, let me take some food. And here's the bathroom. And here is a red key. It's going to be used in one of the rooms. And then collect the plastic and then scrap. And use more plastic and scrap. And here's a note.
Ruben, the yacht is ill-prepared for this journey. Olof left space for a dance floor, but no space for supplies. The bottles sure found their way to the bar.
And here is a gas tank, which is one of the ingredients for, well, something. And here is where you use the red key. And here is a mechanical part. And this mechanical part is going to be used. And here is the bolt cutter. It's going to be used here, which we classify mechanical parts. And here is where you need the gas tank for, along with the electrical wires, lighter and bullets, which is above this current floor. But we will progress through this slowly but surely. Anyways, let's pick up this bolt cutter, and there's another one.
I saw a large rat last night. Unnervingly large. I tried telling the crew we obviously have an infestation among the lockdown supplies. They laughed at me. I miss you, Ruben.
The captain keeps complaining about my route. If he does it again, he will be reprimanded. The crew doesn't listen to orders. I'm shocked by their undisciplined nature. Somehow they believe rank and prestige disappeared with solid land. No, they will not be allowed to mingle among my esteemed guests, and they will certainly not be allowed further rations. They should be grateful. I am the only reason they are alive.
So, keep in mind of this name, Olaf Wilkstrom. So this is going to be one of the key characters in this throughout this whole story, and I should put my lights upon again. Nice. So. And here is a door which has to be opened from, which has to be unlocked from this side. And then here's a note.
I suspected the crew is completely incompetent. Now they're claiming rats have eaten half of our supplies in a matter of weeks. I promised them increased rations if they could bring me one of these ridiculous lurkers alive. Of course, the food shortage will need to be handled. Tonight we're discussing which staff members are most suitable for termination.
And here is the bullet. So I heard that I have seen that this bullet used to be a part of bottle in previous versions before the full release is out. I didn't play the full release. I started playing very recently, so. Anyways, this is a checkpoint, basically, that you can just return to your raft and do some resupplying or like just sleep for the daytime. Anyways, I'm going to pick up some stuff. And then there's a crate. I'm most likely going to wait and sleep and wait until daytime. I just got a dish. It's a mushroom omelette. You may have seen the because I have the recipe for it. But it's not an easy recipe. It needs eggs, which we cannot access now because it involves it requires some animal catching and some grass plus work, and it's also quite a bit consumptive. But this mushroom omelette is going to allow me to have the bonus hunger. As you can see on the bottom left, there is going to be this additional yellow bar here that indicates the bonus hunger, and when I eat even more, that you will be able to see that the bar get extended. The length is about of a third, but it lasts actually a lot longer than the base hunger. So let's return to our. Well, actually, I need to sleep first before proceeding. Now I'm also going to replenish water. I will just leave the water. Being purified. I think I can stay for a while. Anyway, so let's proceed with more of this story island. So I have seen the one of the enemies that I fought in the base 4. Well, we're about to see what they really are. So let's proceed higher now. And there's this enemy again. They also drop roamies, anyways. So I just got the coconut chicken, which is also one of the dishes. Anyway, so here is a 4-digit code, which is going to be used somewhere else, but here is a 4-digit code. And here is a note.
These lurkers have potential. They were clearly once rats, now grown into something much more rabid, yet also smarter. I've already made progress on their training. With food and pain as incentives, I can discipline them. And by sharing their blood, the mutations increase. I wonder if another species will react the same. I've received a transmission from a place called Caravan Town, not far from here. They have an active animal population. No longer do I need this makeshift crew. I will create true soldiers. Loyal soldiers.
And here's a cassette tape which
What
is
does that
basically
mean? You can't just fire them. We're out
a
at sea.
transcribable
Hannah,
code.
you were brought to keep the engines running. That is what you...
That's one of those damn rats. What are you doing to it?
Get out! Do your job.
And so this is where the 4-digit code is used. And then we get to access the electrical wires and another node.
It's urgent! There's mist now! We don't know how far the water's risen! The maps are useless! We need to...
The crew are planning a mutiny, Captain. It is time to act.
Mutiny! They're just trying to stay alive! Are you mad?
I gave you a chance to live. Now we have to protect ourselves from the masses. We will use the lurkers to our advantage.
So yes, so these enemies that we are fighting are called the lurkers. As you can already see that we already have 5 mechanical parts, but I want to leave this mechanical parts for now. And here's a key card. Which is used here. And here you will be able to get a green key. And as for the one that requires multiple things, that we still need the lighter, so we have to move on course here. And there are 2 more floors, and one of these is this floor, which requires the green keys to access. And here's a crate, and here's the lighter, and here's a note.
Get to the lifeboats! Hurry!
Olaf, you coward!
Watch out!
And here is the bridge, and then you will need a bomb. And the 4 things that we have, all these 4 things: the electrical wires, the bullets, the gas tank, and the lighters, all obtained, which can be used to make this thing. But first we need to move to the base floor so we can actually make this few things. There's 2 things that requires the 5 mechanical parts and the one that requires those things. Anyways, so the 5 mechanical parts. So the one that you use 5 mechanical parts is going to allow you to make the car jack, and this one is going to allow you to make the bomb. And maybe I just died. I'm taking it away so that I'm consuming this leftovers that I have to make inventory YouTube. I will be taking the second headlight. Here is where you're going to be using the contract. And there's an enemy. Oh, so now we can access this place, which has some useful stuff. And another note.
Cities in the blue, calling the cost of the project's realization borderline criminal
And
its
headboard.
scope outrageous at least. Despite vocal opposition, the Floating Cities project does not appear to be slowing down anytime soon. According to former General Olaf Wiltstrom's latest statement on the issue, we are fully aware of the strain this puts on our people. Nevertheless, our options are becoming increasingly limited. We must pull through this together, or join Stockholm beneath the waves. Wiltstrom refused to comment on the rumors regarding the modification of his personal yacht. When further asked about the Floating City project's whistleblowers, Olaf Wiltstrom chose to terminate the interview. Reaching out to these anonymous sources, we were able to further corroborate his story.
Anyway, so now we have the bomb. And you will have to be away from the bomb, as it actually hurts you for quite a bit. About half of your maximum health. So. And then we get access to the bridge. Alright. So there's some stuff. So now we get the access to the next location. It's going to be Balboa. Balboa Island, to be precise. Anyways, we also get some blueprints. This is the engine. So the engine that allows you to go different directions and increase your speed, which allows you to actually go against the current. We don't need to keep blueprints. But the most important thing I want to get from this slowing location is the steering wheel. Allows you to rotate your left. So yeah. Then we can get access to the engine. And here's a biofuel. We technically cannot get biofuel, make our biofuel now, but you will be able to once we get to focus in the next story location. As you can see here, there is something up here, and I can't really get up here now. Like I cannot get up from this place, the upper section. There's a way to do this. It's going to be decreasing your frame rate. It's going to be setting on your frame rate limit to 30 FPS. Then you magically can go up, and then we can basically set this back to the 60 FPS. And then we can get up to unlock this. This crate. And is there going to be another piece of biofuel? Or for me in this case. Anyways, so we are mostly good with this place, but there is another crate that we can also get. It's gonna be around here. May not be the best decision for now because I don't have the diving equipment, but beneath is going to be another crate. Allows me to get some more additional resources. Not much though, but yeah, it's something. And a night journal. And we're out of it. Anyways, we are mostly good, but there are still some resources that we can get surrounding this this so-called building. It's actually a cruise ship, which is which is ill prepared for the journey, whatever journey it is. It is it leads to this thing, crushing to rocks, and then you get to have some scrap. Anyway, so we got the steering wheel, and then we can research this to take knowledges over navigation because, well, yes, also have useful navigation. So awareness. Anyways. Anyways, I wasn't able to get a headboard. And that happens again. Remember in the in part 2 where I got to large islands, I got some of those poison puffer heads? This is where it is where the poison puffer heads is relatively different from the other heads. As it's a very special type of head that can be used in a cooking recipe. That I haven't mentioned that this can be used in a cooking recipe. So it is this recipe. So it's a very powerful dish that actually gives you very huge amounts of bonus hunger. Also requires some of your thirst. But this is where it's going to be requiring 2 poison puffer heads. You're also going to need milk, so it's similar to the egg situation, except that you will need to use a bucket to actually milk to actually gather the milk required for this head buff. It's really powerful that I don't really want to use it now, but I am short in storage, so I'm going to make another storage for sure. And then I'm going to actually get some wood. And then we're going to make a storage, and we're also going to make a 2 collection nets. I might be able to get this in way. I'm not sure. I wasn't putting those places here before. So let's put these things here. Let's put back our building hammer. And do some reinforcements for this. Anyways, I extended a bit further for this. Now I'm going to sleep on for daytime, and then we're going to actually gather the resources surrounded by this structure. And this place has quite a bit, quite an amount of scrap that you can get. You can also get some sulfur algae here. So. Do I actually need this much smooth. I still question myself with this. But for safety, for like any potential expense that anybody, for any potential expense that I feel like I'm going to just minus screw regardless though. So we are mostly good with this place. We just need to mine some stuff in it. And then we're good to go, basically. And then there are also mechanical parts here. So if you didn't find some of the mechanical parts in the cruise liner, I don't know if you are going to it's going to happen. It can, so that this gives you some second opportunities to actually get to access the car jack, and then those two crates and this one note. There is another this additional mechanical part around here on the other side. Oh, so I got some resources, which is good. Now it's time for us to move on. So you know that I got the steering wheel. And my spear broke, so I think I need to make the new one now. I don't have leaves, so that's better. Oh, I just barely got the lead. And that's what is. Yeah, so we can now make the. Oh my god, whoa. Alright, anyways. So we can get to make this thing now, but I still need some rope to get this one done. So it's gonna be a while before I actually get this. So it's gonna be a few more leaves before actually getting access to this thing. But once I do, then we can fully utilize this this setup, and we can also remove the space occupying sail for this brief while. Alright, so I got the needed he uses the ghost. It's not the preferable option. Probably because it's on the first of the list. Yeah, so we got the steering wheel. And I will also like to return to my original break this one, because it's quite find the space. And then you twitch some take the inventory. Anyways, so we have access to the steering wheel that we can actually rotate our RAFT on demand. So I want the line to be perpendicular, the collection net line to be perpendicular to the current direction. So then we just rotate this way. We can slowly but surely make sure that it is perpendicular to this exact line, this current line, the current direction. Then we can fully utilize the collection nets for frozen collection. Then we are mostly good with the resources. So I may do some intermission videos for these to actually do some delicate work to the raft. Then we can stop worrying having this very crumpled space and then just mess around with this whole thing. So about that, I don't really want to do that in this place. It's no longer going to be this much of a hassle with this significant boost on floating collection. Then we are going to have a much better time with our resource situation. We also get access to a next story location, which is Balboa Island. To get to this location though, we will also need to use the engine, so it is relatively expensive. It's a relatively expensive build. It actually costs quite a bit of stuff, including planks, and it is going to be using even more planks to be fed. Remember that biofuel that I got in the bridge and on top of the bridge of the previous story location. You can use those biofuel to feed these engines as a more denser version of the fuel, but it's going to be overflowing for the biofuel if you directly use it on the engines, which can be a little bit waste if you directly use those on the engines. So there are going to be better ways to handle the biofuel for engines. It's going to be in the same location, the same very next location, that we can get the biofuel and the way to transport biofuel, to utilize biofuel more efficiently, to be able to distribute biofuel more efficiently. Well, there are more uses for biofuel. There is another use for biofuel in the future, later game progression, but it's not one of my preferable options for biofuel to use biofuel. So I'm not going to talk about that for now. But yeah, then we're slowly but surely extending our collection capabilities, and then we are slowly but surely gaining more resources, so we can slowly but surely establish the flotsam collection to the maximum capabilities. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 10. Yes, 10. So 3 more side, and then we are good. Also 2 in front. But we still need to get the home loops if possible. or in the shape of ropes, is also nice because then we can that got the concepts to use in this case. So we still need 8 more nets for this to be finished. Yeah, we're getting a lot more planks and plastic, but trust me, that these are not enough for laser projects, so don't worry about that you're going to have too many blues. No, you're not going to have too many blues. You never have too many things. Yeah, so we can make a new set of collection nets, and then we can extend one further of the collection nets. I should be able to get the collection nets set up for now. As what I really need to do now is just wait and then get the resource to collect things for me, and then I am good. So in the second story location, you have get some notes from some of the key characters. Well, some key characters in the you are going to be encountered for all of those in actual person form, well, at least for now. But there appears to be another island. And the way that we are going to avoid getting collided with this island is going to be shifting this whole thing, and then we just slow motion dodging away from this island, and we don't get collided, and then we'll have to set them and the shark is about to attack. Anyways, so this is probably going to be a relatively short process. Or need to be able to start so I can start focusing actually doing some work on the raft, and then we can immediately move on to the next story location afterwards. But I am quite an ambitious person when it comes to actually designing the raft. So, I actually put too much on making the raft. I put too much effort. That I would just put so much strings. But I'm never really capable of finishing those. So I wonder how I'm actually going to deal with this project in this recording. Not sure. For this recorded series, I can't be sure if I'm actually going to get this ref set up. I choose keep smelting goo because it's we are receiving a new set of flotsam that we didn't really get to utilize the flotsam there because I shifted. It's gonna be a while before I get a new set of resources or new string of resources. So So you have seen some of the people here. So these three are the notes from Hannah, and he's going to be talking about notes to Ruben, and you will be receiving the notes from Ruben to Hannah in the future, in the later story island. I believe it's going to be a while, but it's going to be a bit while later before actually we're going to actually get access to this. For now, though, that's going to be the first set of people. And then there is Olaf Wilkstrom. He also mentioned utilizing the utilizing the animals for his army. The animals in Caravan Town, so this was actually one of the story locations available. Later in the game, you were about to see some more relations coming in the Caravan Town issue. As well, slowly but surely gaining more and more names. Police. You know what I can do now? Throw away this plastic. We don't really need to worry about actually getting all the words from it. So we can actually just ditch this plastic hook. Because that is mostly good. I still need to find a sustainable way to gain food. Because I don't think it's going to be colored for this one. And you can already see that I have a bit of issues with my inventory. I always have in this very minimal amount of inventory. This can be a bit annoying to deal with. There is a fix for this personal inventory issue though. But we won't get to we won't get to that for now, as that requires some animal walk, animal walks, and it's going to be requiring some animal nets, and I have to find those in large lines. So it's going to be a while before I actually get access to a potential bigger inventory than this. It's relatively small. Pretty much. So we still need 2 more for each side, and then we can actually take down this whole to return some of the planks and plastic. And we are mostly good now for the collection net. We just need 2 in the front, and we're basically good. And it's about to attack. It's still going to be a while before it actually attacks. And finally, there's 2 collection nets, and then we are basically good with the Fossil collection. Then we can get as much of the resources as possible ultimately. Alright. Anyway, so now we have a row of... We have a very bulky row of collection nets, heavily reinforced with the fortification called foundation armor. Using metal ingots is relatively expensive, but it's definitely worth the expense, worth the investment. Now we can just get the resources basically automatically to get the needed resources I need to set up for this next building project I'm going to set up for this playthrough. So it's gonna be an intermission part for me of me basically doing makeover for this RAFT. So I wouldn't be doing full commentary, but I will still be going through this RAFT progress, so you can see how I actually do this. But yeah, it's mostly the content for this part. We got for this second story location named for Town, which will let us on the next story location, Balboa Island. I can't really go there yet, since we're really going to need an engine before I can actually get there. Which is one of the things unlocked, and along with the steering wheel, we can fully utilize the collection nets, and you can already see that we are slowly but surely gaining the collection nets. Just go through a sweep of collection, and you can already see that we are getting a lot of resources. Slowly but surely, that we can fully utilize this fossil stream to gain food. So I don't really need the crop to actually feed myself, and we can get the needed resources for this building project. And I can also just turn off the cell actually, and just follow the streamer. So as the cell is for changing direction, not for accelerating. But yeah, that's basically going to be. Oh, actually. Well, yeah, that's basically the content for this part. So, if you want to follow the series, consider subscribing and turn on the notifications, and I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.